Guys, Javier here with the real Javier Novoa, and I just got off another coaching call. I've done the most coaching calls this week, probably of any week, and thankfully this is taking off. It's resonating, and I've had people ask, "Well, Javier, you give everything in the videos," and I do give interiorism for free in the videos. In the early days, I was thinking that I was going to sell a course, but I don't really have any desire to sell a course. I give everything free on the videos. And so people were asking me, well, what's the point in coaching? And one of the major points is that there's this unique sort of concept. Well, it's not unique, but it's unique in the calls that we're having now, and it's sort of come up as a co-creation. And that concept is that right now, the world is moving so fast. And in order to be successful in anything, and a lot of our clients are launching businesses or they're going into investing, they're trying to become financially free. And it hit me that when we did the interview with Jason Apollo Voss almost a year ago, the great investor, the author of The Intuitive Investor, a lot of pieces of what we talked about and a lot of pieces that I've used as an investor have begun to germinate. And it's become clear that when you want to find the path, so to speak, or the next step in a fast moving world, you have to go into what I'm starting to call a sort of time warp. You have to sort of disappear into the time warp of now. You have to actually become intensely focused on the now. And that's not new. The Stoics talked about looking at life as a step-by-step sequence of the now. Marcus Aurelius talked about it, as well as the Zen masters. They all talked about being completely in the present. Well, it's finding a new meaning in these coaching calls, a new meaning in financial freedom for us, for interiorism, for this community. And what I'm trying to teach our clients to do is to live in that time warp of right now, to become intensely focused on the now. And once you become intensely focused on the now, you're only and specifically focused on the next step that you have to take. And that next step, and it could be a very tiny step, a very tiny action, is revealed to you in perfect time. There's no struggling, there's no striving, there's no trying to figure it out. Now, you can plan, and planning is fun as part of the game, and we teach a lot of games in our coaching calls and in these videos. But where the rubber meets the road, so to speak, is you have to learn to get into a state of being present in the now. And of course, what stops us from doing that? It's our mind, and it's the internal rumblings and feelings. What I help you do is deal with those, address those, relate to those, which of course means actually doing nothing to push them away or to bring them in. And I teach you what it means to be in that state of now. And that's why I tell a lot of our coaching clients that it really only takes a few calls, probably 2 or 3 calls, to actually get there, and then you can take off on your own with this. But you become extremely centered in the now, and then the next step unfolds. We're calling it being in the time warp. I'm going to make some videos talking about this, but what it's really going to require is you actually coming into alignment with that, actually doing that, and we're going to show that part of the interview later with Jason Apollo Voss, where he talks about this. You are in a state of complete surrender to the now, what Bashar calls non-attachment to the outcome. And it's almost that you're in a state of no thought. You're not verbally thinking, you're simply interiorly moving forward. And it's a process that with practice you can become an expert at, and then you're there. You're in what many great authors called the flow. It is being in the time warp of now. And when you're in the time warp of now, your unique path can unfold for you in ways that you could not figure out if you planned it. So a good friend of mine said, you cannot plan this, you know what. We're not going to curse here on the videos, but you can't plan this stuff. You can't. But what you can do is you can lean into it. You can relax into it. That's what interiorism is here to teach you how to do I believe it's going to be a unique modality that's going to serve you well in this fast-moving world of AI. So this is Javier with the Real Javier Novoa. If you want to get on a coaching call, which we're going to have to start scheduling more out because I'm having a lot of requests, and that is a great thing. Do email me. I will put my email below and we can work together. We will show you how to live in this warp of now. I have many success stories myself just over the last few months, and I have many success stories from our clients, that some of those, with their permission, of course, and I give my permission to share mine, we're going to be sharing here very soon. So until very soon, if you appreciate this material, this is a movement, guys. This is a part of the global zeitgeist that's going on now, which is a transition from efforting to being and allowing, and to allowing everything that you want to come to you through interiorism and through breaking the links to the outside world. And ironically, when you break the links to the outside world, it comes to you. As Jesus said, he who would gain his life must lose it. So, till very soon, guys, this is Javier with Real Javier Novoa, wishing you a wonderful week.